We are live. We are live. This is not a fire drill. This is not a test. You're not tuned in with the motherfucking best. You're tuned in with Flyy, and we are here for another Fly conversation. This one here means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? We had to spin the block on this one again.
Yeah.
It's been 3 years since I had a conversation with this brother here,
Yeah.
man. And I've said it on fucking algorithm. I'm gonna say it here again. So proud of your growth
I
and your
appreciate it.
maturity in this game.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get into all that in this
Okay.
interview. But shout out to my guy Raylin.
I
Welcome back,
appreciate it, man. Appreciate you for having me.
Man, first off, how have you been?
Man, I've been good, man. I've been good. Can't complain. Can't complain. How you been?
I can't call it, man. I've been good, man. You know, blessed to be back doing
Yeah.
what I like to do. So, in these last 3 years, what's changed with you?
I would say what's changed is the seriousness. It's
You say what you mean the seriousness? What's more serious about you now than you were then?
I just think I was always serious going into it, but with certain events happen, it make everything more serious. You get an inkling, you get a feeling that you actually got a real chance at this thing.
And so seeing the progress is take it more serious.
It's making it, the intensity is heightened. I would say I've always been serious, but it's more intense now for sure.
Is there any one moment that you was like, all right, I gotta relook at how I'm doing this shit?
I think making radio the first time.
How was that feeling?
It felt surreal. It felt surreal. I feel like in the moment I couldn't enjoy it as much as I think the average person would have, because I kind of felt like on this journey that I'm on, I knew that was gonna be a part of it. So it's like we got that, I knew that was gonna come with it, but we got to get to the, gotta get to where
that's
we're
good. That's dope perspective,
yeah.
But it's gotta acknowledge the milestones along the way. But
sure.
I like how you was already prepared for that.
It was more so like,
well, mentally you was prepared.
Mentally, I didn't know if it was going. I didn't know it was gonna happen that soon, but I understood at the rate that I was going at, the radio was gonna be eventually at some point. So it didn't catch me like crazy off guard. I think it was definitely a proud moment to be able to call, my people and say like I'm gonna be on the radio, for them to be able to listen to it in real time. But I think the reason why that moment stands out is why I got more intense, because as I go on with this journey, I start to realize like I'm doing stuff that people might not ever get a chance to do. It's aside from like, when you start, everybody making music and everybody go to the studio. But as certain things start to transpire, you start to separate yourself. And that was one of the moments where it's like, I'm really in
elevation,
it.
Yeah, celebration. Really in it. Yeah. Separation is real.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what's up. So what song was it that made it to the radio?
That was Move.
That's like your biggest.
Yeah, that's what it's up there for sure.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
What made you go with Move, and how has it been still pushing Move this long?
I think when I was making my album, It's My Fault for Once, it was I wanted to be intentional in the way that I constructed the album. I wanted to tell a message, but I also knew for the back half of the project, I did want that one song, kind of how people do it in commercial music and just in the industry, like where they have a single that they push. And a lot of my other songs on the album was intentional for the album, but I wanted to have a single that I pushed. So that's how that song came about. So it was real organic. Like I intended for that to be the song that I pushed. And once I dropped the album, it got picked up and it got put on radio. It just made sense, and then it got played at the UNLV basketball game. So that was, because sometimes as an artist, you got a song that you pick, but the world might not pick that one. So that really
the world's fucking with
exactly. And I had already planned when the album dropped, when the song dropped, I already had the video shoot ready. So it just was relevant once everything kind of transpired that this was a song that I was pushing.
So do you make? So you said you purposely made that song for radio. Do you always go into every album like I gotta have at least 2 to 3 radio cuts on here?
I can't say I made it for radio, because at that time I didn't know that was on my landscape. It was more so I needed a single.
Okay.
Because all of the majority of the songs were slower, and I had like rap, and I wanted something that people can bop to. And so I know I needed at least one of those on the album. So that was kind of like what my headspace was in. Like, give them a bop, show that level of,
And the title of the album, go ahead. What's the title of it?
It's My Fault for Once.
Give me the meaning behind that. I love that title.
I feel like it was me taking accountability for my part in whatever is transpiring in my life. And I think on a surface level, people assumed it was in a relationship sense, which when you listen to the context of the album, you can get that from that. But for me, it was a little deeper. And I think my message in the album, if you kind of trail through the album, you can kind of get the message. But it was more so like, I'm one of the people that can change everything. So even though I'm looking at my brother who went to the military, I'm looking at my family, I'm looking at everything, and it's like what they are going through, what they're experiencing wasn't my decision, but it is my fault in the end because I'm one of the people that can change everything. So it's taking accountability for the stuff that it had nothing to do with me, but I'm one of the people that can change things.
Do you see that as being a burden that you are one of the people that can change not just your trajectory, but the trajectory of your family?
I don't see it as a burden because I feel like I've been having whatever that is on me my whole life. It's more something that is something I have to be conscious about when I'm navigating through it. And I got to be conscious about how I feel in certain moments because it can overtake you if you're not careful. But that was the meaning of the album, and I even spoke in my outro of the album, like I never wanted this to cause additional division. Like I never wanted it to only be me. I would like for everybody to be succeeding and be winning at the same time. But it is me, and I understand that with that comes responsibility. But it's my fault that it is. Whatever you see, the landscape is my fault because if I do what I expect myself to do, I can change everything.
Now, do you think that you put too much pressure on yourself with your own expectations?
Nah, because I understand that if I don't do it, then who is?
Okay.
So it's like it's I don't have the ability to go any other direction.
I like that.
And that's where the intensity comes from because I just know it's an alternative for me.
Okay, so you all in with this music shit.
I'm definitely all in, man. If I wasn't before, I'm definitely all in. Like I think over these last 3 years, because I've been doing music for real for 3 years, like I've shown myself like while people have come and gone.
Damn, that was like your first interview, huh?
That was my very first interview, and that was a couple days after my very first album, and a couple days after I had my very first performance.
Yeah, and so to see that, and then to see you at the fucking Moonlight, like that, I was proud as fuck with that Moonlight interview. Like the crowd, everybody word for word, and you see, I still remember fucking days.
I
like,
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Damn, so the progression to that moment is crazy in these 3 years. What would you say was the first time that you was like, other than the radio, like, radio one thing. What was that other milestone that you've already hit? Because you said you already preordained some of these milestones anyway. So what was, other than the radio, was one of them?
Big Jerk was big for me.
Okay. R.I.P. to Jerk.
Yeah. That was like when I first started. You got these. I was very like before I started making music, I wasn't really in the scene. I didn't know what was going on. So as I started to integrate myself, I always knew that my music could compete with the world. It was never about the local scene, but I knew I can compete with the world, and it was about getting eyes on me. So as I was making my first projects and trying to get my name out there were certain places that I knew like I got to go through there, and Big Jerk was one of those places. And I know once I did Big Jerk, it was like, okay, we here because all the biggest artists are going through there. All the people in the local scene is going there. Like I started to see myself, and it's like the people everybody hold to the highest regard. We performing at the same places. I'm in that mix. You know what I'm saying? So
that's dope. So explain. Yeah, well, you explain how much Big Jerk meant for you to explain Big Jerk being taken away. How does that affect you as an artist?
I mean, as an artist, I feel like it was a dope platform for people to go locally and get their music off. I only went that one time, so it wasn't like I never had a chance to go back and.
Oh, you was only.
I was the one. Yeah, I was the one that. I was the one that. I think I always figured like if anything ever slowed down where I didn't have anything going on, I would go back and do that. Just because I be trying to go forward. Ain't nothing wrong with coming back. But if I don't have to, I want to keep pushing.
Okay. So all right, well that leads me to a different question. What does Raylin do for fun? Because how old are you?
I just turned 25.
And the fact that you haven't been a jerk at that age is kind of crazy. Like,
that
jerk
was my
is a staple for in your age bracket.
Well,
was damn.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Jerk.
Yeah, for fun, man. I ain't trying to be monotonous, but it's music, man. I love this.
That's the second one, Mike.
I love it though. I love it, and I don't have much isolated time.
Okay, so give me what a day in the life of Raylin is like.
I mean, a day like today, woke up, went to get a haircut. We're gonna do this. I'm going to the studio after. That's like a music day. A regular day, I wake up, go clock in like everybody else, and I'm trying to wiggle my way out of a job, and this is
okay.
So my mind is always here, even if I'm there. But when I'm when I'm free, it's a lot of relaxing. I don't really like outside of music. I ain't took no trips. Like it's like every dollar is for the most part allocated to
the music.
yeah.
I'm not mad at that. It's just rare to find somebody,
Yeah.
you know, you're not in the game, you don't do the
Yeah.
video games and shit like
I mean,
that.
I play here and there. Like we play, like I be
Yeah.
on, but it's not like a like that's just like a that's more so when I learned that's more of like
Distraction.
a pastime.
Okay.
You get on and hop on and a lot of times she'll attest to this. I don't even be playing. I just be talking to the homies and to my brother and to my cousin. So it's just
Time to
somewhere.
communicate and
Yeah, that's
fellowship with your
really it.
people.
Yeah, because
Okay.
you know men don't really hop on Facetime and be on a
Yeah.
group Facetime. So that's kind of like what that is. But outside of that, man, it's really it's no hobbies or nothing. You know, outside of obviously trying to get back into clothing, but outside of that, man, it's just trying to
Oh,
strategize.
okay. Damn, what else? All right. So, how do you put your life into your music, or do you use your life
Um,
inspirations for music? It's seeing as you just dedicated to work, and like, where do you
yeah,
get inspiration from?
I would say my environment. What am I going through, and especially in the process of making an album, is like what did I experience life wise, and how can I be as vulnerable as I can be? And I think there was a point in my process where I would be leaving stuff out of fear of like not insulting anybody or
Mm-hmm.
not ruffling any feathers. But at the end of the day, like this is my story, and I'm telling my story, and I got a audience of people who want to hear the real at the end of the day. So that's kind of where I channel it from. Like, what am I experiencing? What do I feel right now? And
I could definitely see your vulnerability in your music. You hear it, but do you say you were holding back?
yeah,
Why?
because I felt like when I first started, it's also it's always a stigma about the music, but I never wanted to be, especially on the come up. I never wanted people to feel like empowered by me speaking on certain things. I always felt like that would make them feel like they got more real estate than they
Okay.
have.
Okay.
And I think as I started going further and getting more serious with music, it's like I just honestly stopped caring. I was like, it don't matter. This is my life, and then at the end of the day, because if it's 10 situations and I'm telling all 10 situations, but not in this fullness, in this rarest form, I'm skimping my audience. I'm also skimping my music, and I think I owe it to myself and to my audience to be 100%
And
real.
that's one thing I can respect about your generation, because you're 25.
Yeah,
Yeah, that whole wave, y'all, it's super vulnerable. Like, y'all
yeah,
don't hold nothing back,
yeah,
and you don't care that you put your pain out there in the
yeah,
world. Like,
yeah,
what makes, I don't get, like, my generation, we kind of kept our pain
yeah,
within. Like,
yeah.
what makes this new generation of music so open with the pain?
I think,
Because even I know the boy controversial, but you hear it in his music now that I'm listening to a David. You
yeah,
hear the pain in
yeah,
this shit. You know what I'm saying? Rod Wade, you
right,
hear the pain.
right,
Young boy, you
yep.
hear the angst in his music. So why do you think this generation is so comfortable with opening up about their pain?
I think because people are more comfortable embracing that they are in pain. It's not. I think before it's more so like if you're in pain, you gotta hide it and put it on the front. Now it's like, yo, the people you look up to will tell you, oh, I'm heartbroken, or I'm feeling it. And as the audience, you can respect it more because everybody going through
That's
something.
something everybody can relate to.
Yeah, everybody going through something. But now it's like, okay, we out in the open with it, so like it's on the table now.
Okay. All right. So there's nothing off limits that you won't take from your life and put into your music.
Nah, I don't think it's nothing. It's nothing off limit. It's certain things that I don't present to the world just because of personal reasons. But it's not holding back. It's more so like I can't give all of me. And I think that's the only thing with making music where it's like so much of my life is on wax. And it's like people know a lot about me that if we talking, you would never know because I would never, obviously outside of an interview,
Yeah.
but on the street, you will never know these things. And I think there's certain topics that are sensitive to me that it's like I will speak on it, but I can't give too much of myself because I have to have something for me at the end of the day.
So have you ever like went through a situation? Let's just say a situation with your girl. You had a bad day and you made a song about it, but then 2-3 years later, she still got to hear that song. It's like we've moved on for that moment.
Nah, I mean, it's more so like, and I always tell like my songs be situations combined.
It's
Like,
never just that one.
nah, it'll be like every line could be about something else. And I'm more so like when I'm in there, I literally pick like every idea reminds me of something else. And I just kind of keep going. So it's never
Okay.
like a
You
constructed
never
song.
go in
but
focused. I'm about to make a song
Nah,
about
nah,
her.
nah,
Like
nah.
this line might be a her. This
Nah, it just might be scattered based on how I'm feeling. And sometimes because of my process of how I make music, some stuff don't come to the front of the surface. It might take a year because sometimes I have to internalize how I feel about it before I can speak about it. And I'm
Okay.
not the person that's like, if something happened to me today,
You're not going straight to the
I
studio
can't
with it.
do that. Like at
Okay.
first I have to sit with it, it has to process. And sometimes once it comes to the forefront, it could be 8 months later, and I might not be in that space, but it would
But you
sit heavy
remember.
on, and it's time for me to speak about it. I can feel enough of it where I can speak about it.
Okay. So do you have to go through life experiences to write a project?
For sure, I feel like when I'm making my album, I like it to be time in between because I want to have some life in between. I want the context to be real. I don't want to keep piggybacking off of the stuff I experienced before. I want to be something like I want to be honest. And I think with social media, people are seeing in real time what I'm experiencing, what my life is like. But I want to give them a soundtrack to that.
Okay.
I don't want them to see what's going on, but then you hearing about my life 5 years ago for a whole album, like.
But if you say all you do is work and then put the rest of your time towards music,
Yeah.
what life are you experiencing?
It could be relationship stuff, family stuff. It could be, a big thing that happened was.
So you do get out the house. It's not just music
Oh yeah,
in the
yeah.
studio. I mean, work in the studio.
When you said more so like what I do for fun.
Yeah.
Like I don't really got nothing I do for fun outside of music. But free time, yeah, I get free time. And it's like we be chilling like with my family and my little siblings and my brothers. Like my family is huge because I feel like that they the reason
literally
I do.
and figuratively.
Yeah,
Y'all some tall individuals.
Yeah. But I feel like I don't know. It's a space I gotta go in when I make an album, and the life experiences help it. But it's everything. It's every interaction. It's every conversation. It's everything. Like I be taking that into account. And like I said, like my brother leaving from the military, that was huge. So that's something that
it's gonna come across in the music.
That's something that's coming across, and that's like a part of just like the intensity and stuff like that. Like the life, everything that comes and happens around me influences the music, but also how I go about the music.
Now, knowing that he was a big part of your creative process,
Yeah.
how is it losing him? Not say losing him,
Right.
him moving on
Right.
to the military.
Man, that was heavy because I get a lot of credit for being brilliant, and a lot of times the things that people give me credit for, that was stuff we sat at the round table and talked about, and we came to an agreement, and we came to a conclusion on something, and we had to talk through certain things that we didn't understand as artists and trying to figure out different ways to elevate, and those conversations always happen with him. So
right.
a lot of times I get credit for it, and I'm in the limelight, but it's like it's us. And I think every step of the way I try to let people know, like, if you think highly of me, if you that's so that was huge. That was huge. And I always felt like, to go even deeper, I always felt like he was more deserving of it.
Mm.
So him leaving was, as a fan of the music, it was hard for me because he's the one that's like, people think I'm talented. He's musically talented, where he played all the instruments and he was in band. Like, we used to have a keyboard when we was a kid, and we used to make songs, and he used to be playing with both his hands, and I'd be at the corner of the keyboard with 3 keys. That's the only
Twinkle,
chord.
twinkle, little star
Yeah,
down
that's the
there.
only thing. I'm just trying to add accent to what he's doing. But so when he left, it was like, I don't think he gave himself enough credit for who he is. And I feel like, I always said this, I'd rather it have been him than me.
Mm. So how does it feel being the one? Because you said, you're kind of the one right now.
Right.
How does it feel being the one, knowing that you feel he kind of got more talent? It's like D Smoke and his brother kind of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sir.
I feel like and sometimes I feel guilty. And it ain't got nothing to do with him. He know, and he's my number one supporter.
Mm-hmm.
He know, like, we ain't never had no situations where it's like, if I win, he win, and vice versa. But right. I just know, like, I feel like he's more worthy of it. And I put my work in too. And when I say he's more worthy, that's the only person I'm gonna say that about. Because we didn't been in those conversations, and we didn't did that work, and we didn't sat. Like, what I get credit for is like, everything I get credit for, y'all can give him the same credit, because we didn't did that together.
I mean, y'all 50-50.
Yeah, exactly.
See how I brought that.
Exactly. Respect.
Okay, so will we get more of that? Like, have you written a song that speaks on that yet?
I haven't, because I'm in it. I'm still in
All right,
it.
that's what I was asking because you know you said you got a process. How long has he been gone?
He been going on a year now.
Okay.
Going
Well,
on a
damn,
year.
how long you got a process to put to the music?
I just think.
Well, I'm an only child, so I don't know.
This is different because we've done everything together for 23 years.
Yeah.
Like when it came to music, when it came to YouTube, when it came to sports, when it came to everything in our life from a kid to the moment he left.
Well, yeah.
That's all I know. So it was hard processing because I feel like the music part where I feel like we so close to making this thing work, it felt like it hurt. It hurt not him leaving, but him stepping away because I'm like, bro, you
feel like he kind of giving up on y'all dream?
Not giving up. I know he's gonna resume when he has the means to resume it, but it was like, man, I feel like we closer than anybody can see it. And that's just how I feel. People might not see it that way, but I'm like, man, we closer than ever to.
Well, does that lead to any resentment on your end?
Nah, because I always
like, nigga, you left me to carry this on my own type shit.
Nah, because I knew at the end of the day, since I was a kid, I knew it was me. And not to say it's not him because it's both of us. I'm saying that I knew it was a journey that instinctively I knew I had to embark on myself, by myself. And I always took it personal when he left, not in the sense of taking it personal towards him, but it was like, I'm going to carry this thing to where when he's ready to resume, it's a platform for him to come back into. So that's why 50-50 being played on the radio was huge. That's why, like, when I did my Moonlight show and did my own show, I walked out to his song. That's the way I carry it. Like, I'm paying homage in a real way. Like, that's my brother, and I want everybody to see. When they see me, they see him. Even though he gone and doing what he need to do,
yeah,
I'm not the person that's like, I never cared about being the person they look at. It was always about us. So that's the way I carry it. Like, man, every time you see me, you're going to see him. Every time you hear me, you're going to hear him. And that's the way I've been.
That's dope as fuck. That's dope.
I appreciate it.
All right, now to the shows. How do you feel your stage set has progressed from when we first kicked it till now?
I think just more consciousness about what song to do, what song not to do. Like, just to even go back to that time, last time I interviewed with you, I had a show I had a performance a couple days later, and I remember I had dropped this song the day of the performance and performed it that night. And I don't think that's a bad thing per se, but also didn't give it enough time to see
how the audience,
like, it's fresh.
Yeah,
and I think
that's their first time hearing it.
Exactly.
They're not gonna react.
Exactly. And I feel like it was certain songs that I wasn't doing out of, like, I wouldn't say fear, but I just didn't know if I could perform certain songs. Like, my biggest song to date is Do You Love Me? I didn't do You Love Me till like my 4th or 5th performance because I was under the impression like, this is an auto-tune song. I gotta have auto-tune on a performance. And it wasn't until like I left to Atlanta and came back, and I went to Atlanta and performed, and I felt like it wasn't my best performance. I didn't feel like it was a bad performance, but I didn't think I did enough to win the crowd in the sense of, like, it's an opportunity. I'm in a different city. I didn't think I did enough. So me coming back to the city, I went and performed at Inferno, and that's the first time I did Do You Love Me? And it was a moment of like, man, you bugging. You just your biggest song. Like, I feel like as a up and coming artist, sometimes you try to conform to what you think the crowd want to see, but it's like, this is what I'm coming with.
Right, this is me.
Respect it or not, regardless. But I'm not gonna conform to performing what I think y'all want to hear. This is my catalog,
Damn, you just mentioned 2 places that are no longer
venues
for y'all to perform at. How do you feel? Why do you think it's so hard to get spaces to perform here in Vegas?
Man, I honestly don't know. Like,
shit, yeah.
Honestly don't know. But what I do know is from doing the show myself and booking the venue and going through all of that process myself, it ain't always good business. I can say that from my personal experience of being in it as an artist, trying to book myself and do my own show and following through with everything that comes with that. It's not always good business. So I can only, imagine.
Okay, so does that discourage you from wanting to perform live or get involved on that end of booking your own shows and getting the venue yourself and all that?
Nah, it doesn't.
Now that you've been through that process?
It doesn't discourage me. It just it lets me know that there's a part of these entities that are in control. And as an artist, booking myself and being the artist that I am, being the person I am, I just got to be more in control. I can't allow certain things to happen. Now, when you just an artist pulling up to perform, you just pull up, perform. Right. But when you're on the business side, like I have to force you to respect me in the business aspect. I don't care what you think about me as an artist. I don't care what you think about artists in general, but business is business. And I gotta force you to respect me because when it's certain, I always look at this. When I'm at a venue and it's a show or something that's not, I would say, constructed in a way that's fruitful. If it's not good business, it's like they won't do this to Drake. So I can't allow them to do it to me because, you know.
I'm not mad at that. Hey, I like where your head at. Okay. So what's been the most difficult thing that you found is getting yourself exposed out there as far as the locals? Because you said you wasn't really tapped in when you came into it. So
Yeah,
have you found any difficulty immersing yourself in the scene?
I haven't found any difficulty. It's more so like, what do you want to involve yourself in? I think your involvement can be beneficial or detrimental depending on what you attach yourself to. And I never wanted to be looked at as a gimmick, so I stand alone. I don't attach myself to. I just think that a lot of people want to make it seem like they got it going on.
Okay.
They want to make it seem like they, and I'm like, I'll work until it look like that. I don't want to.
Until it actually is.
I don't want to fake it.
Okay.
And I think a lot of stuff local, you have to navigate what's real and what's fake, and it's.
Well, in these 3 years, how long did it take? Like
To know, like
all right, that's some bullshit. Just peek behind the curtain, I guess is the way to say it.
Probably like that first year.
Is it one incident that sticks out or not?
I would say when I first performed at Moonlight, it was some shit.
Is Moonlight still open?
I don't know, man, but I don't know.
I ain't really heard it.
I don't know.
We don't.
Yeah, I don't know. But it was a show I was performing at, and it was a promoter, and it was a label, a local. I think it's a local label. I don't want to misspeak, but I don't, And they were a part of the show. I was the only person a part of the show that wasn't
with that label.
Yeah, and it came to like, it was a lot of different communication. Like it was, as soon as the show was announced, I'm like, I got a 30-minute set. And I'm like, okay, this is my biggest set. So I'm preparing for that. And I remember we got to like the day before the show. And like, we got to cut your set to, I think they said like 10 or 12 minutes. And I'm like, and it was kind of conflict about me having a longer set than the people who was throwing the event. I'm just like, okay. So that let me know like, it get weird, and we had a VIP room there at Moonlight, and the promoter telling me like, if they ask you if you paid, tell them you paid, and it was like stuff like that. And so that moment where, I don't know if you saw the video, but I brought everybody on stage, and we did "Do You Love Me" acapella. That was birthed out of, I'm gonna do my 30 minutes. They gonna have to take us off stage.
Okay.
So once I invited everybody on stage, I knew my set time was ending. But I wanted to flex the muscle of like, if you cut the mic off, we're going to go a cappella. But you also ain't going to be able to rip all of us off stage. Yeah. So it was a business thing, but it also births one of my like things that I do on my show now, which is go a cappella at the end. So.
Okay, so a bad moment turned out.
Turned good, yeah.
All right. Now, as far as the local scene, because I kind of became familiar when I seen you and Tay Bands with the brother, the Asian brother. What's Young Jing or something?
Yeah.
Explain him and this phenomenon and how big he really is, because I was kind of blown away.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not too familiar with him.
Okay.
I ran into him a couple times at I went to his Moonlight show. Me and Tay Bands was there. I went to his Moonlight show, and that was my first time actually being there. And he brought a crowd. Like it was a night. It was packed in there. I heard about him during that time. I'm not too familiar with like,
because I've been seeing like his buzz and his phenomenon, and the crowds that he draw, and I'm like,
nah, I seen it in person. Like that that was a real crowd. That was real people there. It was a real show. It didn't feel like no, because cameras you can make it look like. No, I was there in person.
It wasn't camera tricks. I've heard from a couple people it wasn't camera tricks.
It was valid for sure.
Okay, now how does it feel performing in front of bigger crowds, and not everybody might be familiar with your music?
I always look at it as like, in my music in general, I feel like my problem is like, the more people hear it, the more people gonna latch to it. Like, I just gotta get in front of people. So that's my opportunity. Like, I'm in front of hundreds of people. Like, I know y'all gonna like it. So it's not a pressure of like trying to win them over. It's like, you just don't, you ain't heard this yet. You don't know what you're missing, kind of
Right.
thing. So that's kind of my perspective going into it.
Okay, so who do you consider like your peer group? You know, you got the Drake, Kendrick Cole, you know, that wave. Like who would you say is in your peer group, your wave, or this new Vegas wave?
I can't say, man. I'm not out of disrespect anybody, but I don't, because when you think about a peer group, I mean, like, man, I'm 3 summers in, man. I don't really know who. No disrespect to nobody, because I'm not 100% familiar with everybody. I'm not taking this time to take a shot at anything, but I really, I don't know. I'm 3 years in. I don't got as much time as a lot of people in this, and I'm just on my own little. I don't got no features outside of my brother. Like,
I've noticed that. I was gonna ask
like,
you about
yeah,
that.
I'm kind of on my own little island, and I think there's a lot of dope people out there that I respect, though, for sure.
Is there anybody? I mean, well, you on your own little island, but y'all
Yeah.
got a little camp over there, you know, at the gas station. Is there? How come you know? I can't believe you and Tay ain't made nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Um. Yeah, I don't know. Like, like I don't know. I just
Or
when it,
you and Layla? How come you know you and your sis ain't made nothing?
I don't know. I don't. That's question. That's the question you had to ask her.
Do you think it's because you so self and on your own island?
Nah, I think I can't speak for everybody, but I'm really doing music for real. So if somebody wanted to be serious and come across my desk with a song, all I live is music. I'm probably the easiest person to make a song with, because I'm not. I don't. I'll make a song today and drop it next week.
Okay.
I'm really in it, so it's not a issue. It's more so like, if we gonna merge our worlds, you got to see it how I see it in some capacity. So like a Tay Benz, for sure, we definitely get a song because he see. I
You
can tell
see,
he's serious.
yeah.
Like, that's probably why I don't have many features, because it's hard for me to try to sit in a room with somebody and it's like, this not a hot. This is my life we talk about. Like, I can't play around.
Like you had to work hard to get this money to get the studio time that we sitting here
Man, like,
bullshit.
every dollar, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to probably move some stuff around to get this
Yeah.
session, so I, so that's why I don't intertwine myself too much, because it's a lot of faking. Everybody not serious, and everybody want to do a song, but it ain't everybody not serious, man. But there's a lot of people out here that I respect, for sure, for sure.
Okay. So you're not much big on reaching out for a feature.
Um, Nah, because I always, when I looked at it when I was coming in, I feel like everybody had so much time ahead of me. I ain't never want nobody to try to look at me like they
Trying to ride their wave.
never. Cause I honestly, I value myself and my music, and I know I got everything I need. So I feel like now I'm at a point where we can have those conversations.
So now that you know, yeah. So now that you done put your feet down
Yeah.
and you got your feet wet in this game, is there anybody you kind of want to reach out to? Say it now.
It's nobody. I mean,
Damn, I like
it's nobody, man.
I like that shit.
I want to do an album with my brother.
Okay.
We got everything we need. We want to rap, we can rap. You want to sing, you sing. That's where my head is at. Me and my brother, I feel like we got everything we need, and that's not the, you know what I'm saying? Like, Tay Bands, I would do a song with Tay Bands to keep it home team. I know me and Perrier had talks about doing a song too. Outside of that, it's not many serious people that's like on that level of like, let's do a song that makes sense. And a lot of people want to do songs just to do songs. It's like, bro,
It gotta
we
make
grown,
sense.
man. Like, I can't be just doing the songs
like
to
it.
do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, I like how your confidence has gotten these last 3 I like the progression. Okay, so what a project with you and your brother. You coming up. Why did you not choose to either just be a rapper or a singer? What made you just want to do both?
I just start feeling like I
Because
think
we all both kind of on that way.
yeah, I think I would take offense to whatever people call me. So if you call me a rapper, it's like, I love rap. The essence of me is rap. You know, my favorite artist, my favorite rapper is J. Cole. So I love rap. But I also don't want you to forget that I can make. And then when people
Now,
say,
would you consider yourself a singer or you make good melodic music?
I would say melodic, because they're actual singers. I don't per se, I'm not the best singer. And I think a singer, I think of like a Tiana or a Laylo. I think of like singers, people that actually,
Right.
I don't do that. I know how to make some melodic stuff. But a lot of times people have been putting the R&B jacket on me. And it's like, I don't necessarily classify it as, in my head, as R&B, but I think it's a compliment. But I don't want it just to be that. Like, And that's why every album I sprinkle the rap. I want you to hear some Benny the
Some
Butcher type beat.
bars.
I want you to be
Benny
able
the
to.
Butcher.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I want people to know like I can rap.
All right. Well, give me your top 5 rappers.
Top 5 rappers. I'm gonna go J. Cole, Drake, Kendrick,
Boo.
Nipsey, and who else? I've been on a JID album.
I like Jid a lot.
As far as like rapping,
Yeah, he raps.
I gotta put him in that 5 for sure.
Okay. Because you threw me off when you said Benny the Butcher. I wouldn't have expected that.
Nah, Benny the Butcher rap though, but
No,
I'm
Benny
saying
do.
more
No,
like
he rap.
Benny the Butcher
Benny rap.
type beats is what I be throwing.
Okay.
I need one of those on every album.
Okay.
Where I'm just rapping, where it's like there's no melodic, there's no auto tune. It's just me and a beat, and we having a conversation.
I like that. So, do you think we'll ever get a project where you're just fully giving out that type of shit?
I don't think so. I mean, ideally, I always say in between albums, I'm like, man, I'm finna make a rap album. But it's like, man, when I look at the Strange, man, the melodic shit sells tickets, man. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest, and it sells tickets. You know,
It's better for the radio.
it's like all across the board. And I save the rap stuff for my personal self, and then when I do my own show, that's when I pull out all the shit that I never get to perform and do all the rap shit and shit like that.
Okay. All right. So coming up, who influenced you other than your brother?
My uncles, they were rapping.
You got a musical family. That's what I was really getting
they
into.
were rapping all the time, and I think we made our first. Me and my brother made our first song at my grandmother's house in her hallway, and they had the setup. They had the mic, the laptop, and my uncle Derek. He wrote us both 4 bars each, and we both laid them down, and we did. That was our first song in like 2011 as kids.
Okay.
And so we was always seeing them.
Do you remember your rap?
Do I remember it?
Yeah.
Let
me hear your uncle's bars real quick. If you can, if not.
I would have to play the beat. I know what beat it is. If I play the beat, I know exactly what it is.
All right. So what was the progression from your uncle writing your bars to you actually putting pen and paper and writing? Or do you even put pen and paper? I say that I'm old, nigga. You probably on the phone with it.
I don't even write.
Oh, okay.
Only thing I write is that one rap song you hear every album. I'll rap that. I'll write that.
Okay.
But all the melodic stuff, it's vibe based, and I think it's nothing wrong with writing. Sometimes writing feel like jail. Sometimes it feel like
explain.
I think when I'm in the cell with my headphones on and I'm making music, I'm just in my natural state flowing. When I'm writing, it's like there's a feeling of trying to be witty, trying to be clever. And I think it's an art of songwriting. And I'm still so early on, so I know that'll progress. But sometimes it's like, it feels too hard trying to navigate and make a play of words. I make a play of words like in the studio naturally. But writing it is sometimes like, it can come off as corny because you're trying too hard.
I kind of understand because I don't really write questions with these interviews. I'd rather just let it flow.
Exactly.
So
you got a certain vibe.
Every time I've written down questions, I hate those interviews. So I can dig that. So do you let the beat dictate the music, or do you go in there like, all right, I'm kind of in this mood, and go, or you like, all right, this beat puts me in this mood?
A little bit of both. I think going into a session because I'm freestyling, I have to like be very conscious about how I feel, because if you're not, you'll say the same thing over and over again. So days before the session or even the day of the session, I'm like really like, how do I feel about this? How I feel about that? How do I honestly feel? I got to be very, very open and conscious, because if not, it just be monotonous. And I'll come into the studio with that vibe of like, okay, this is my overall tone for today, but some beats will take you there and send you somewhere else. Like a song like Move, like that. I don't know. I can tell you, I think I made Where Do We Go in that same session, which is a lot slower and it's more of a monotone song, and you would never know that because the beat took me the beat made me be on that type of time.
Yeah, I would have. 2 different vibes.
Yeah.
Now you say a session. How long do you go normally lock in when you do your sessions?
3 or 4 hours. 3 or 4 hours.
And how many songs can you normally knock out in that time?
3 hours, 3 songs, sometimes 4, and then 4 hours, about 4.
Okay.
4 or 5 maybe.
Now, has cost made you get that efficient, or that you just always been that efficient in the studio? Because a lot of times niggas be in the studio
Yeah,
bullshit.
right. Now I won't say cost. It was more so like the studio is like, and not to be cliche, but that's like my Super Bowl. When I get there, I'm trying to really make the best thing I can make because I know it might be a couple more weeks so I can come. Not for financial reasons, but it's like if I freestyle today and I try to come tomorrow, I'm in the same space. So I gotta maximize this moment. And it's like, even though I'm 3 years in, every studio session is so special to me. Like it's important that I don't waste my time because it's not about the money, but it's like I care too much. I need to progress. Whether I make something that's gonna be released or not, I need to know when I leave that I grew tonight.
Okay.
Because it's like an end goal we trying to get to,
Okay, now do you move around to a lot of studios, or do you stick to the home base?
Home base. I ain't been to nobody since I started. I mean, when I first started, I went to one of the studios, but since I've been to Tiana, I ain't went nowhere else. I think I always give her credit. She's a big reason why people even perceive and view me the way that I am, and I'm gonna always be honest and open about that because she like got into my head what it mean to be a serious artist. And it was a point in my first year making music when I was making my first album, and I was just making so many songs. She was like, "You an interlude artist. You don't got no hooks. You want people to replay it. You want to get on playlists. You gotta have some hooks." And that was a whole different, And I remember when we started to get more serious, and she was sitting us down like, "You see Tay Bands? He posts every day. I will be posting every day, no matter what, every single day. This is what it means to be consistent." And so now it's like she gives me so much game because I know she want to see me win. So I could never go nowhere else because it's not about, obviously the quality of the mixing is top tier,
right?
But it's about the counsel, it's about the game, it's about the conversation, it's about the inside. She gonna tell me if I'm tripping. She gonna tell me if that's banana. She gonna tell me if that's wax. She gonna tell me, and the reason why I appreciate her so much because she's so open to giving me stuff because she know I listen. It's nothing she's ever asked me to do that I didn't do. It's certain songs I didn't want to put out that I put out for her. It's certain songs she wanted me to push and post content for, and I did exactly every time because I understand. First of all, she did it before, but she's speaking from perspective of want to see me win, and I'm not ever gonna get so big headed that I feel like I'm bigger than the program. I'm a student when I go in there. So.
We
Shout
gotta
out
interview
Tiana.
the GOAT, man. You know what I'm saying?
I
I gotta
to.
get her
Have
back.
to.
I've interviewed her when
Have
she is an
to.
artist. I ain't
Yeah.
never talked to her since
Yeah.
she been, a mentor and executive type chick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta get her back in here.
Man. I can't give her enough credit because she, without her, it's like I don't even know if I would know how to navigate this stuff. Like it'd be certain things that cross my desk and I can send it to her. Outside of like I was going to the studio, I can send her a text and say, "Hey, what you think about this? Like, is this like when I was coming up, you don't know what's fishy and what's not. Like, hey, and she'll let us know. That's probably not. That's probably like she ain't never not answered the phone and picked up the phone for us when we needed her in that aspect. So I'm forever appreciative of her. Forever.
Shout out to the GOAT.
Shout out Tiana for sure.
From me to you to her. I need y'all to get her back in her R&B vibes.
Okay.
I tell Tay, I need y'all to get back to R&B T.
Okay.
I need you to put the pressure on her.
I'm going to see after this, so I'll tell her what you said.
Tell her exactly K-Fly said it too.
Okay.
All right. But back to the whole process. So you say you never really leaving home team. You don't really like to collaborate.
Yeah.
So how much input do you take? Do you go to the studio with who's in the studio when you're in the session?
Me and T. And maybe a cameraman.
Okay, so you're not really like, people ain't feeding you lines too tough.
I can't, man, because everybody, man, I'm in it. Niggas can't, like, respectfully, niggas can't really tell me nothing right now, man. I'm really in it. Like, I'm in it. I'm in it.
Boy, these 3 years, this boy done changed.
Like,
I
think it's always good to have input, but only person I ever have in my studio sessions consistently is my brother, because me and him on the same, I can look at him and hear, yep, you on that, and then vice versa, because I fuel him, he fuel me. Outside of him and Tiana, I don't care to have nobody, because at the end, like, a lot of people be in there for the wrong reasons. Somebody be in your session trying to tell you about your music, and they ain't got no music.
I mean, that could be all opinions, Matt.
No, not
all opinions don't matter.
Not
Let me take
opinions
that back.
on the music, but trying to tell you how to do what you do.
Okay. But see, I talk to artists who sometimes like to have ladies in there because they catering towards the ladies. So.
I get that.
But you ain't with all that.
What I understand with being vulnerable, making real music,
You don't want to open up your in front of.
Sometimes you subconsciously you don't go to that place when people there. And when I first started, I had people in the studio. I had some of my homies and people in there, but it's like I didn't notice the difference when I'm alone versus
with the crew.
And it's sometimes, again, I'm a student. I'm here for business. I'm not. This is not a party. So there's certain feedback Tiana want to give me in front of everybody, and I need that. I need her to tell me.
Yeah.
And she's not gonna do it out of respect of like not trying to
make you look away in front of somebody.
Exactly. I need all of whatever she got. I need it. You know. So that'd be more so like I think it's just when it comes to studio sessions, it's a certain policy you got to play by. If I'm at your session, I'm sitting there. If you ask me something, I'll answer. But I'm not trying to be the person in your studio session. And so when you bring these vibes into your studio session, I'm freestyling too. So as soon as the vibe thrown off, I'm throwing off.
It's fucked up, yeah.
And if, I done had situations where I feel like, even if you throw Tiana off, now I'm throwing off. You can't, like, it's easier to just keep it separate because we know how we work. I know that she knows she can tell me whatever. She can critique me, and I'm gonna take it as a student, and I'm gonna try, and we're gonna build, and that's what I'm there for. And I had to assess it, like, what am I going for? Am I going to show flow and make it seem like, oh, we at the studio and it's a party? Nah, it's like it's work at the end of the day. Like, man, we put real money.
You bring nobody to your job, so why?
Exactly, it's real work and it's real money that got put into this music stuff. And I had to look at it in a business aspect, like protect that.
Would you say your biggest change is your business acumen in these last 3 years?
For sure. I feel like everything got to be right. From the studio sessions to the shows, from the way we pull up to the way we leave, like communication is everything. And that's communicating with promoters, that's communicating with me, whatever it has to be. I just want people to view me as a top tier artist. And sometimes perception's reality, and they'll come out the gate with low level and BS like you. I ain't none of these other niggas, respectfully. Like, you gonna respect me. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah. And when you see this big, tall motherfucker, this nigga like 7 feet tall. I don't care what he say.
Yeah.
So, I know you've hit the road recently. What's been your favorite out-of-town experience performing?
The Atlanta one. That was my only one. Atlanta. I
thought you caught up with them on a tour. Or was that in Atlanta?
I was in Atlanta.
Okay. I don't know why I thought that was Portland.
Yeah, I was in Atlanta. That was fun because that gave me the confidence to do 1 million shows in the city. Because I went in front of a couple hundred people in Atlanta. These people don't know me. And I didn't do my best performance. And I didn't do my best set list. I look back on that. That was probably the worst set list I ever did that night. Because I was like, oh, I'm going to a different city. I feel like I got to do this. And it's like, when I come back to the city and I'm in front of a home crowd, like, what am I worried about for real?
Yeah.
Because people in Atlanta naturally are rude.
I'm going there this weekend, but
they naturally rude. But it's
maybe
like,
from your perspective,
but it's kind of like it's a different culture. Like we went to a place called the Cookout, and we go in, and for me, from black man to black man, it's always respect until it's not. And the guy came from behind the counter, and I like dabbed my head, and he kind of looked at us and just kept it pushing. And he the worker, and I was like, damn.
Do you think sometimes your size can be intimidating? Because I know friends that don't like talking to tall ass niggas like yourself.
I don't know.
Shout out to my guy. He gets mad when he see people taller than him, and he automatically standoffish.
Because we went to that same place and we was in a drive-thru, and the girl was like, "Man, hurry up, y'all messing up my line." Like,
okay, so it's just a spot.
Yeah, but when you get to talking to these people, they nice, but that's just they not so open with like being friendly. How he is like. How you doing? Like, people don't do that out there. It's like, you do that, you look like you sweet. Like, niggas look at you like you food. That's
crazy. I get a total different. I feel more like that out here than when I.
Nah, we was in an Uber and the dude was he was on some like, oh y'all, I could tell y'all from out of town, and we like, yeah, like they can smell it on you because they have a certain demeanor, and we wasn't carrying that demeanor.
Two different experiences, I guess.
But nah, that was fun going to Atlanta because I got to see how they maneuver in a different city, but also being a part of a show in a different city. And shout out Tay Bands, he was making sure that I was included. Like his manager at the time was like, "Oh, they doing interviews back there." Boom, boom. She telling him, "Nah, we in the club, so I can't hear what she's telling him." So she done, boom. They got interviews back there, but make sure you go get an interview. Boom, there's some artists over there. We're gonna go to. They calling him to go to the session. Like, boom, Raylin, come on.
Yeah.
So respect to him. Like I was able to see that was my first big show I was a part of. So I was able to see how it kind of worked in these
behind
settings.
the scenes.
Exactly.
Okay, now as an artist, do you go to concerts?
Nah. Well, yeah. but not many. Not many.
Why or why not?
It'd be a financial thing, honestly.
I can dig it.
It's like every
concert tickets is out of control.
It'd be like every couple hundred that come across is like, man, that's studio time. But experiences are very valuable. Like when I went to the Drake concert in 2023, that changed my perspective on everything.
That's why I was asking more so, do you go see other people perform and then maybe pick up some tips or tricks and how they get down?
Yeah, like the people I want to see, I haven't been able to see. Like I want to see Drake. Well, I've seen Drake already. I want to see him again. I want to see J. Cole. I want to see Rod Wave. I want to see people at the highest level. Like some of the
I've seen 2 out of those 3, and the Rod Wave experience is some shit I've never been experienced before. Like,
how was it?
Out of control. I've never seen he don't have to say a word.
Yeah.
Niggas go to his concert to perform for him, basically.
Exactly.
Exactly. I've never seen the energy. That's why I would consider going to the YoungBoy concert. Yeah. Like I say, I will go, but I need to be way up in the suite, away from all the niggas. But I just kind of want to experience that. That's why I say I was asking as an artist, because
I think
prepare you for what you want to be.
Exactly, and I think I watch the people at the highest level, but there's a lot of people in between that as an artist, it's hard for me to respect because
why?
Not hard to respect, but it's hard for me to go to a show because I feel like, man, come on, man.
But you can still learn from the motherfucking janitor. Same way you can learn,
True, but a part of it is like, they said what you consume is what you'll entertain. And I think I want to see, I feel that. I want to be influenced by the highest of the highest. I don't want to be influenced by Joe Schmo.
But you can look at Joe Schmo and say what not to do.
For sure.
Because I mean, you seeing Drake at his heights, but you ain't. I seen Drake on America's Most Wanted tour back in, I forgot, like maybe 08 or some shit like that.
For sure.
And that wasn't the same Drake that I seen last time or whatever the fuck I went to go see.
But do you feel like you could have seen that he was on his way?
I seen all of them because that's when Nicki, 2 Chainz, and all of them, and you could hear he was just starting. And plus, I seen him in Detroit and Toronto, not that far, so he already had a buzz in that area. Yeah. But to go from that's why I say it's not bad. He was a semi-Joe Schmo at that point. I went to go see Lil Wayne. I didn't care, I went to go see Wayne and T-Pain. He just happened to be somebody in the interlude. Back to interludes.
I feel like,
but I could see the progression from him there to even when I seen him and he had Janae opening up on type to whenever the fuck I last time seen him, he was with the Migos. He out of there.
For sure. I'm not opposed to seeing people I can take influence from, like Damani.
Oh, Tip Son.
He's not the big, but I'll go see him. So when I say Joe Schmo, it's more so on an artistry level, somebody like I feel like, because there's a lot of gimmicks in music. I won't see a gimmick. I will go see a real artist. I will go see a Damani. I'll go see a Mariah the Scientist. I'll go see
gimmick.
You think she a gimmick?
Fuck yeah.
She make good music.
Yeah, but do you want to hear that shit live?
I don't think it'd be bad to hear live.
Oh no. Nothing about her says that she can sing live. Nothing
really?
gives me the impression that shit gonna sound good. But hey, that's just me. This your interview.
But I think
she make good music.
Yeah.
She make 15-second hold the phone up for the girls music. I wouldn't.
She makes some good music.
And then
man.
she don't even sound that great of a singer in the studio, let alone I couldn't imagine her.
Really?
Nigga. She gonna make Janet Jackson sound like Patti LaBelle. She can't sing to me. I don't feel
but I think she make good music though.
No, I will attest that she makes great music, but to me, she seems a bit boring. From what I've seen on her shows, and nothing about her makes me think that she is. Yeah. And just her industry connections and anyway, we'll talk, but that's something for another day. But shout out to Mariah Music and all her fans to, All right, so you do listen to people else. Oh, I forgot to ask you earlier. Give me a top 5 R&B artists.
Top 5 R&B. Usher. Dino Jones.
Especially you being 25, I'm impressed by that.
Dino Jones. John B. Usher, Dino Jones, John B.
Top 5, John B?
John B, man. No,
John B, the white boy.
I gotta respect him because of the classics that came from his music.
Okay,
So
he does have
like,
a few classics for a 20-year career.
but I'm saying what classics was made from samples from his music? You
I
got, but
mean,
Drake is, to me, Drake is the biggest artist in the world. So I didn't know John B till I knew Drake.
Drake sampled Montel Jordan.
Yeah, but I don't know, John B
Poppy's
music is.
home. I mean,
I
if
would just
that's
listen. I would just listen to that on the way here, but
well, Drake's version of Montel Jordan's
not
version.
Drake version
Okay.
for sure.
And yeah, I was trying to be. That's Montel. Did I really just sing on this
That's
motherfucker
crazy.
again?
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. He right
Shit.
before attack. Yeah. Anyway, but
Chris
okay, Donnell
Brown.
Jones.
Chris
Okay.
Brown. You got to put R. Kelly in there. That was a little bit before my era, but
All
I can respect his greatness.
You all right with me?
Yeah, yeah. When it comes to R&B, like
now you got me. Now we good.
Yeah, R. Kelly, he's like universally the GOAT, but that was a little bit before my era. But I definitely appreciate and respect his greatness as pen and just it's out of this world.
Now, when let's just say, all right, I'm gonna lock in on album mode in December.
Yeah.
Are you one of those artists don't listen to any of his music, or is it certain artists that you listen to get inspired when you're gonna make an album? Not your top 5 favorites,
Right.
but like, all right, I know this is gonna be a more melodic album. Let me go listen to Mariah Science or something.
There's only 3 people I listen to in the album mode, and it's J. Cole, Drake, and Nipsey. I feel like
Give me
a part of my, I think what people respect me as and people love me for is the motivational factor of like knowing me and seeing me do what I'm doing. So that's Nipsey speaks to that, the grind, the hustle, the right.
Mm-hmm.
J. Cole, I listen to J. Cole for rap, bars, punchlines, how he go about putting words together. And I listen to Drake for rap as well, but the melodies. So when you combine those, I feel like when I'm trying to make an album, I need rap, I need the melodies, but also I need that impact. And I think Nipsey bring that impact, so that's why I listen to those 3.
I like that.
But sometimes,
especially how you broke that down.
Boy,
this nigga done got so good in these last 3 years, man.
I appreciate it. But those, like I literally weed out, like on a day-to-day basis, it's the same albums playing in rotation.
Is it one particular album from each artist, or
we'll shuffle them?
Okay.
Some days it's different. Like some days I'm part of the album where I know I need like an R&B-ish melodic song. I might plan these type of songs from Drake just to kind of see how he went about melodies on certain beats and like, okay, that was creative. That's something you wouldn't have thought of, but he went outside the box. It's just more so of an insight. But also, there's a part of my process where I'm not listening to anything, because when I think about all these people and their greatest hits, they don't sound like anybody else. So it's a place where you making, if I'm Drake and I'm making, I don't know, Take Care, that sound like Drake. So there's a part where you have to separate yourself and be who you are for this album. So I take influence, but I don't want to be so impressionable by the music that I sound like them. I'll take bits and pieces, but it's a part where my album got to sound like Raylin. So when you hear it, it's like, oh, that's Raylin though.
And did you ever think about not using your real name?
No, it was that's funny you asked that. There was a point when I first started that there was another name floating around that I was going to use. But
what was that name? You can't just throw it. Now I want to know.
It was given to me by one of my homies, but it didn't make sense.
Don't make no excuse for it. Just give it a name.
Shout out Trey. Nah. But he called me, when I was first hearing my song, he called me Ray Rio, and I didn't even know what it meant. I was like, that shit sounds smooth. Yeah, I started going to the studio with Tiana, and you got to write your name on the wall after your first session, and I wrote Ray Rio, and I started doing a couple more sessions. And she was like, you got to figure out what your name going to be. And she was like, Raylin, like, that's...
I mean, no, that's a name.
Yeah, and I was realizing, like, when I was younger, I had a nickname, and it wasn't until I got grown and people started calling me Raylin. So as an adult coming into music, it's like I just started being called my real name. I don't really want nobody to call me anything else.
That's so funny. I was just explaining how in Detroit I don't hear my real name. I hear my nickname. So it's like, when I go home, I ain't gonna say that on this camera what my nickname is, but yeah.
So yeah, I didn't want to be called nothing else. And I'm thinking about being out in the world, being in shows like at the highest level. I don't want my name, I don't want to be called something that's not my name, because I know what that feels like.
I'm not mad at that. Okay.
I feel like if I didn't have a nickname growing up, I wouldn't have cared. But it was more so like
Yeah, you was so many years being
so
called
many
this.
for 20-something years. They was calling me whatever they was calling me. So
I was hoping he was gonna slip up and say it.
nah. I gave you the other one. I can't give you that one.
Okay. All right, now I meant to ask you this earlier. How much music, because you spoke about how important your brother was to the process,
Yeah.
how much music have you recorded since he's been gone? I hate saying gone like the nigga dead.
Yeah.
In the
Away.
across
Yeah.
the sea, abroad.
Yeah.
Abroad. That's the
I
word.
recorded how much?
Yeah, have you recorded a lot or?
Yeah, man.
Okay, so
I did.
All right.
I didn't do the album until after he left, so I got. It's my fault. I got 2 projects,
Okay.
mad singles, bunch of music.
All right, so it ain't been that difficult to process.
No. It's been more so like I haven't spoke about it yet, but it more so gave me motivation. So I'm like, bro, I'm gonna carry it. So when you ready to come back, we got something going. I think I owe that to him.
Now is he doing music while he's abroad?
Yeah. So I don't know if he want me saying this, but he just got his setup. He's getting it set up. You know, Tiana gonna help him with whatever he
programming and all that shit.
Yeah, and we he's not far now. He's stationed in Arizona, so whenever he can come down here, we're gonna make sure.
All right. I'm thinking he overseas.
Nah.
That nigga next door, man. Let's stop talking. Hey, shout out to Ray. We ain't gonna keep talking about you no more. We done.
But
I'm glad you good and all that supporting the country, but I'm thinking this nigga in Germany or something. He in Arizona.
Every couple months when he come, we're gonna make sure we get a session. And that 50-50 song, just for food for thought, that was like our first official song that we got together.
Really?
So it being on the radio was huge. Like we really set the bar high for ourselves.
1 for 1. Yeah, like nigga,
that was the first song we went into that session like we're gonna leave with one. And when we made it, we knew that it was like, you know.
Damn, that's dope. Do you ever think we'll get a project with you or a song with you, your brother, and Layla on there?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm gonna speak into existence. We're gonna get that.
I just think our processes are so different. Like me and my brother, we like this. So it's easy for us to connect and create because we moving on the same playing field.
Here come this girl just throwing off y'all a little vibe.
Not even that. Her process is completely different, and she's R&B.
Yeah.
So even sitting through her session, like some of her sessions be like long because it's layers and layers, and you got it's an R&B like the way we create it different.
Stack
like,
it and all that.
Yeah, like and we don't. Me and him for the most part we don't even write. So we'll go in there and just like we gonna vibe. We gonna bounce some shit off.
But y'all could do something and just leave a hook for her or something. You know.
Look,
Tiana,
I'm gonna say this. We sent her 50-50 when it was done and when it dropped. And it was like we opened the door. So that's in her court.
Okay.
We opened the door. We we sent her 50-50. We was like, look, we can put an open on this.
No, because it's just dope that y'all got 3 talented motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like I would love to see that. Like that's kind of unique. Y'all some fake Jacksons around here.
I think it'll be dope.
Who the Joe Jackson of the family? We're gonna make him take care of this shit.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Bring out the belt, whoop y'all ass.
I think it'll be fun though. Eventually, hopefully.
Okay. Now you mentioned fashion.
Yeah.
You know, we've been talking about fashion. The fashion came up 3 years ago. It's supposed to be some fashion pieces.
Man, I'm slipping, man. 3
years later, I still ain't got a piece from the brother. But how important is fashion to you as a creative outlet? Besides, just creativity going to music.
It's important to me because I think at every facet of my life, I want to show people like I'm a lot of what people are trying to act like they are. And I say that in the most humble way possible. Is like
ain't nothing humble about that statement.
I'm the like when I look at myself, like I'm the machine that people were portraying to be. Like when it comes to the music and how I create, like there's no gimmicks when it comes to clothing, when it comes to fashion, when it comes to like there's no machine behind me creating this stuff and making it look like this is me. These ideas, these concepts, these creative things, this is all coming from me. And I think the clothing is important because I get to show people more of that scope of like, man, y'all like the music, but before I made music, I was known for clothing. And the people that know the music know nothing about the clothing because I stepped away from it. But it's like, I do everything. I'm gonna be honest. I do a little bit of everything, man.
What else do you do? List all your talents, Raylin. This your time. Pop your shit.
I'm nice at basketball too.
You should be. You're 7
I'm
feet
nice
tall.
at basketball. I don't know. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I can write a good essay. I'm solid. I'm solid at a lot of stuff, but I want really people to know like I'm real creative, and I think as an artist, it's so normal for people to be in control of these creative aspects of your artistry. And I'm the person where it's like, man, I don't want nobody touching none of them. This is me. I'll do everything. I'll create everything. I don't need nobody else.
Hey man, I love the progression. This nigga,
appreciate
I
it.
couldn't get 5 words out
I
of him that
appreciate-
first interview. Now look at
I
the boy,
appreciate it,
man.
I appreciate it.
So when can we expect a new project from you?
I think, fall is coming. I think
Fall
that's
is here. Shit.
fall is here. I think I'm notorious
Pumpkin spice season is here.
for music that resonates with that time, and I think I'm currently in a space where I'm ready to make an album. So I think before the end of the year, I'm tracking to try to put out another project. I do feel like it's my most important project because I have the most eyes, and I think every project is gonna be the most important. But I'm conscious of my position right now and the fact that people are gonna give me an honest listen, and so I'm taking that into consideration as I try to create what would be, I think, my best body of work.
All right, so for people who may just now getting familiar with you, this may be their first time hearing of Raylin. Give me 3 songs that they should go listen to get the essence of Raylin.
Do You Love Me? Move.
I was hoping he was gonna say that.
And I'm gonna say Heavy Head by my brother Ray V. That ain't my song, but that song is what I lived through.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
I gotta throw him in there. So Move.
I said we wouldn't talk about him no more because he just in Arizona.
Do You Love Me? Move and Heavy Head, because Heavy Head is not my song, but I feel like it's my song. When you listen to it, that's my life that he talking about. It's his life, but I resonate so much with it. I feel like it's me.
Okay. I'm gonna go check out Heavy Head.
Yeah,
and I like Move because it shows a different side. Yeah, it shows the fun. Yeah. That's the one. Like that's I like Move. I like Move. We'll talk about that other later. All right. Anything else you want the people to know?
I'm not going anywhere.
Yes, I know.
I'm not going anywhere. Not that anybody feel like I am, but I just like I made a point to be very consistent and be very active in this space because I'm not going anywhere. I got no plans of going anywhere, and it's only gonna continue.
All right, 2 things before we get up out of here. 1, who do you think I should have a conversation with? I'm gonna start doing that every show, Mike. Don't let me forget.
Conversation with, is this only artists?
It could be artists. Who would you like to see me sit down
Tiana, because
we're gonna make that happen. I want to see
Tiana.
Because none of our interviews is on camera, I don't think. Nah.
Tiana, and I'm gonna say Ray V, and I'm not trying to, but if we can,
I said we wouldn't.
But if we can, like,
but I was supposed to interview him anyway, because
I think if we can, he'll be out here soon too. So next weekend, but I feel like if we can really dive into his life, his story, his creative, like, man, that's my goal. I want people to see him. Man, I'm cool with whatever little scraps I get. I want people to see him and tune into what he got going on. He's amazing. Like, I'm not saying this because sometimes it's cliche to put your people in and try to. You're
supposed to put your people on, but
nah. If you think highly of me, if you really zoom into what he got going on, he got it. If anybody got it, it's him for sure.
All right, and before we get out of here, I just wanted to say this. I've said this off mic. I'm gonna say it again on mic. You one of the ones that I know. When you blow, I'm gonna be proud as fuck. Like, I did that nigga first interview.
I appreciate
because
that.
I see the progression in these 3 years. Now I can't imagine 3 years from now.
Yeah.
So you don't let me down.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I put a stamp.
Yeah,
like niggas know. I don't really talk about too many people off. Like, I fucks with your shit heavy.
I appreciate it.
So you know what I'm saying?
And I can tell. I'll randomly watch what you got going on. And you'll say my name. I'm like, man, that's respect.
Look, because again, I say it because I don't have to. It ain't like we chopped up.
Right.
I really do this because I'm a fan. So you know what I'm saying? And I see where you can go.
I appreciate it, man.
So stop wearing black forces because you're gonna scare the people. You're too goddamn big to be wearing these black forces. You're gonna make niggas nervous. But keep going, keep progressing. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for coming being part of this Flyy conversation, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.